Hello all, hello all, hello all, hello all, hello all. So I am here today with a very special guest today. I really look forward to speaking with this young man. I definitely look forward to speaking with this young man. So thank you guys for watching. I know initially I was scheduled for 11 a.m. my time here in Oregon, but I ended up changing the time because there was some meeting things happening. And so this is definitely going to be a good live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. Thanks for watching there. Okay, so my guest is coming on. You guys are going to like this today. Okay, add to screen. Hello, Welikermah,
Uh,
the boss of all bosses.
hey, yo, I hope I'm clear.
Yeah. Okay, we can see you. We can see you. We can see you. The
Better.
LIB man,
Uh,
LIB man.
copy. Let me increase. A better off.
Yes. I can hear you. How are you? How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my show, the Zawadi Show. The Zawadi Show. A lot of people are looking forward to working with these, to listening to you today and watching this live. So thank you so much for tuning in and for coming on. So
Okay.
my viewers, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a background about Welikermah. I saw this young man on Facebook. So, I'm very passionate about Liberia. And when I saw him on Facebook, I was like, what is he talking about? So he was telling everyone in the diaspora, hey, you people who have cornerstones, take your cornerstones and build something. And y'all in the diaspora, you're not doing much. I mean, I was fascinated, not by necessarily telling us we the people in the diaspora we're not doing much, because obviously some of us are doing stuff. So it didn't really get to me. I don't really care. But his passion going from one place to the next and telling us to like get up, it really got me. So I was like, let me just comment. I was like, dude, what? You don't even know what you're talking about. Why are you telling us in the diaspora we're not doing much in Liberia? And so he went on to tell me like his motivation behind it and why he decided to go the route he was going. I was like, okay, keep it up. Cornerstone people. People, you're playing Cornerstone for many years, 10 years. You're not go back to build the land. So I was really fascinated by that. So we started talking about business, we started talking about the problems in Liberia, and then we'll come on, I got to know a little bit more about why he does what he started to do at that time. But then it expanded into other things, which he would definitely talk to you guys about. So when it come on, now that I'm giving the little story of how we met, you want to tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Okay. So I'm G. What I come buying. In terms of education, I did ICT. I got a bachelor degree in computer science. I work for my former job that I was doing. I work for Buttery. Buttery. It's a shipping company. I was working with a shipping company, but now I'm doing market analysis and business research. That's what I'm doing currently. Yeah. So in terms of what you were saying concerning the cornerstone, the cornerstone, it was something like a initiation, something to start up something. So I provoked that particular topic because I understood that at that particular time we have more pressure coming from the diaspora. People in the diaspora, they were there sponsoring a lot of protests back home. So at that particular time, I was working, so I couldn't come directly to interfere in it because the protests at that time were more political, and my job couldn't permit me to talk too much politics. So I started to say, 90% of the loud talking Liberians are in the diaspora. You check them out. They don't have anything to brag of back home, because if they have something back home to brag of, they'll be thinking about the investment, because every investor think about the protection of his investment. So the reason why we have to turn of our people back home and everything concerning protest, they are in the middle of it, is because they only have cornerstones here. So I thought of it one day that I said, okay, so there's a situation. I'm coming to provoke these people. I have these people weapon. So what I did, I went to the suburb, a part of Monrovia that is just thinking about developing. All those places that are still cornerstones. So there where I did my first live video. I said, okay, you call all your friends who are sponsoring the very protests, who are talking about all the protests and things. Let's make some analysis. Let's look at the Africans community. Let's look at the diaspora Ghanaians and the diaspora Liberians. In terms of investment, what can a diaspora Liberian show back home as compared to a diaspora Ghanaians in terms of investment? So we started breaking this topic also, we started getting more serious. Oh, that's true. Oh, there's the so many people started to awake, we started to awake so many people conscious in things through that particular topic. So because at that time it was so hard, all those people who were against the protest, they keep being alive. That's true. They don't get nothing over there. They get people where they get a lot of mob. But the focus point, it was not only about provoking people, it was about all looking at our market. Yes,
Mm,
it was
mm,
about out looking us at our market because I was working for a shipping company,
mhm,
so
mhm,
I knew the import listing that were coming to Liberia, and I knew our export listing that were going on to Liberia. And in terms of imports, Liberia was not doing almost anything. Yes, we were low performing. When the Liberians talk about or the port is too expensive. We're paying a lot of money. So there
mhm.
was so many,
Yeah.
there are so many things that they are saying that is just not right. But because
Mhm,
they are angry, and someone told me before that uh, being wrongly educated is worse than not being educated at all. So many
mm,
Liberians are semi-educated about what they want to do. And many
mm,
Liberians are understood that many Liberians they don't understand the whole operations of the business community. So whenever
mm,
they try to go into it and they get any bottleneck, they feel cheated. So that's what they're
yeah.
going through. So this is what it means now when inspiring me. Okay, I say no, I mean, okay, I can be your help. But I
Mm,
couldn't be working and be of help to
yeah.
Liberians. No,
Yeah.
because my job, those errors was the boom for on my table because the more errors they makes, the more meat will fall on my tables. So but but my inner man was never happy doing that. My inner man, what can I do to correct these people? So
Mhm,
I started looking for means because most of the people that continue to cry, they were diaspora Liberians. Diaspora
mm,
Liberians, they comes to
mm,
Liberia, they ship their things to Liberia, their shipment goes into storage, their shipment goes into demolish, their shipment goes for options.
mm, mm.
90% of the
Of errors.
continuous, yeah, all from errors, all from
Yeah.
little errors. 90% of the shipment at that particular times that go for auction because when your goods spend 90 days plus, when they have crossed the demurrage 60 days, after 90 days, the government put the goods up for auction because they want to clear the space. Because those
Mhm.
space they are renting those space. So they will
Yeah.
auction your goods. And most of those goods they were all Liberians goods. So I started understanding that Liberians just never understood so many things. So how could I come outside and how could I engage Liberians? That's what it means in medium that I use by provoking them. And our society, we are more buried into negativities than positivity. So
Yes.
we hit on the negative aspect. So the negative aspect, everybody, oh, what's happening over there? What is all about? What is all about? So that's how I have so many people coming from all because they are so inquisitive, and they say inquisitive kill the cat. So I was able to get more that's how I was able to get more Liberians' attentions, and the few could understand what we're talking about. They started listening and say, "Oh yeah, these are reality," and that's how it all started.
Yeah, definitely. You know that when you started your movement, as I said, it really moved me. I didn't see so much more of the. I don't what would come talking about is inaccurate, but it was inaccurate from my standpoint, right? Because I know I'm very much engaged, but we need numbers, like you said. We need to really understand our market, and a lot of our brothers and sisters actually do not understand the Liberian market. And so you're working at a billion-dollar company. That's a billion-dollar company. Let me just say, Valari is a billion-dollar company, and working over there and deciding, you know what, I'm gonna leave this company to do market analysis, market research. Like what were you thinking? Like this is your stable job. Why would you want to leave your stable job for uncertainty? Like that's a lot of people will ask that question. Why? Why really? Why? What really prompted you? What are you trying to change in Liberia?
Yeah. So like I said, I was working when I was working. Uh, when I was working, I started dealing with so many business people because I have to we have to accept business PO. We have to know what the customer bring into the country. We have to know what all in their containers. We have to do the declaration or everything. So I started dealing with so many customers, with so many business people, and bulk of these business people they were all foreign nationals. So when I look at myself, I look at my age, I look at my qualification. I said, okay, know what happened? I'm gonna take a risk because that was a complete risk. I'm gonna take a
Right.
risk. Yes, I'm gonna take a risk. I want to know more about these people because I was more curious about these business people now. I want to know more about the why is it that they having too much leverage in Liberia as compared to Liberians because I already understood bulk of the Liberians that are into business. The Liberians that are into business, there are so many basic things that are new they never understood.
Right.
And the foreign nationals, they had it to their fingertips. So I
Hmm.
look at it for long and say, what can I do? That's how I came about doing business study. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take off my time and just do a lot of study about business, about the business people, the big business people, and see how well we can fit in.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it was not anything easy. So that you know I contacted you. The first trip it was like this. I had a vacation because I had a 2 weeks vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So I planned my 2 weeks vacation to go to my first assessment to Lagos.
Yeah.
And when I played my assessment to go to Nigeria, because you know the Nigerians they play a major role in the Liberian economy. When it
Yeah.
comes to Liberia, there are so
Yeah.
many sectors that they have dominance in. So I said, no, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it bit by bit. But let me go to Nigeria and see what the Liberians in Nigeria are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and what can we do in Nigeria as a Liberian. That's what the
Right.
concept I left for Liberia for 2 weeks. People that believe in miracle, they will say sometimes things just happen. Yeah, they will say sometimes miracles happen, and that's what happened to me. So at that stage I just couldn't listen to anyone. Oh, don't go! It's coronavirus time.
Oh
The place is
yeah, we
most
were talking about that.
dangerous.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely we
it's
talking about that.
coronavirus time. Don't go. It's risky. Nigeria is very bad. This that. But my ear were all they were all closed. So
Mm.
I left for the 2 weeks and go to Nigeria. I went to Nigeria. I did an assessment. My first week in Nigeria, I was like, what happening? Because I
Mm-hmm.
already have few data. And not like I went to Nigeria as a novice. I went to Nigeria from someone from the shipping community. So
Right.
when I went to Nigeria, I started doing analysis of basic things on our market.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. So I started to see the wide dimensions. So the dimension was so
Mm.
wide, and I started asking so many questions now.
What
So
were some of the
so
things that you saw? What were some of the things that were like, oh my God? Like what were some of those things?
where our economy is based is a full it's a tree based economy. We got the
Mm.
consumption, so we have to do with food and other stuff. We have the clothing, the shelter, and the clothing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're where we are. So in terms of clothes, in terms of food, in terms of let's say shelter, like
Passenger.
the building materials and other
Right.
stuff,
Right.
is far different from us back home. And I
Mm-hmm.
started studying and started looking at the players. Who are those players? And
Right.
bulk of the
Right.
players there, it was far different from us. So as God will have it, I spent the first week in Lagos, and I did it two-way. I went to Lagos and I went to Abuja. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I left from Lagos after 1 week. I went to Abuja. In Abuja, there was a shutdown. So they really turned around about the whole focus thing because I was afraid at the initial start.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, I was afraid because it is not
Entrepreneurship is
it
scary.
is not it is not an easier stuff. It is not an easier stuff to just leave a job in Africa because you're thinking where you gonna find another job
Right.
from. So I was using one stone to kill two birds.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let me go outside for the 2 weeks to see what is out there. So I went to Abuja. I spent another week, but as God will have it, Nigeria went to a lockdown.
Yeah.
When they went to a lockdown, I was able to spend 6 months in Nigeria, and throughout that 6 months, I was still gainfully employed. So because I was still looking for the employer, I was more relaxed.
Yeah.
I was relaxed to do more work of what I want to do because they have the biggest economy in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest economy in Africa. They got most of the big business people in Africa. So I started being more inspired. I started taking off time, getting connected with people, living from one place to another place. And then I saw a different spectrum of life totally. So after
Yeah.
spending like 6 to 7 months because of COVID in Nigeria, before
Mm.
Nigeria go reopen, come back to Liberia, I've already made up my mind that
Yeah.
no, I gotta go back in the street. So yeah, to cut long due short, it was because the COVID.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
COVID was the hammer that hit the nail on the head.
Mm.
It made the decision very easier because at that time I was already secure. I've already studied the market. I already studied the basis transaction of then. I've already studied what it takes to leave from what it takes to leave transaction from A straight to Z because I have the ample time. I
Right.
just really achieved that within the 2 weeks. But
Yeah.
but 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 someone more related will say, as God will have it, that thing turned around. So since it turned around, it made me more brave. And you know those guys, they are brave guys. They are when it comes
Yeah.
to
For sure. For sure.
yeah. So when their
For sure.
spirit enter in you, you turn a different person. So that's
Yeah.
how when I came back to Liberia, I think it was a different God. I started saying, no. So you know what happened? So okay, I'm a Liberian. Okay, I know about this setup. I know about this setup, but I gotta learn about it. So like we are all saying, we have to learn about it. At this stage where I'm at right now, I'm doing research at the same time practicing business.
Right. Right.
Yes,
Right. Right.
research at the
Right.
same time practicing business because you can have all of the ideas. It don't mean that you can achieve in what you want to do unless you
Right.
practice
Right.
it. And then no matter how smart you
Yeah.
are, whatever you have to achieve, you have to dedicate our time to practice it, to master it. Yeah, so
Dedication,
that's a stage that
consistency.
we are to right now. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I recall when we used to talk about your Lagos chapter. Dude, people are gonna tell you, "Aren't you scared? You need to go back to Liberia," and you're like, "No, I'm hanging here. I'm hanging here." You're very brave, and yeah, that was that was an interesting time anyway. But you got the info you needed. It was very substantial. Some of the things that we discussed, very important. But let's talk about the shipping company, because our brothers and sisters continue to make a lot of mistakes. So when they saw this live, that it was scheduled, some of them actually asked me about, hey, can you talk a little bit more about, some of the errors? And of course, if you're comfortable talking about it, like what are some of the errors that you could see with our brothers and sisters in terms of the paperwork and clearing the things? Because that's some of the things we talk about. Oh, my container, I can get my container out. Oh, people put my container this way. Like, what are some of the frequent errors that you
Okay.
saw?
Okay. One of the difficult things about the Liberians is this. Liberians do personal effect shipment. So the personal
Mm-hmm.
effect shipment, or the old shoes from Europe, the old matcha from Europe, the old television from Europe, the old freezer from Europe, the old car from Europe. Uh, 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
All kind I can tell you, I'm gonna be shipping all thing in it. Your stop shipping all thing. You people need to really carefully listen. If you are shipping to Liberia, okay, and you have questions about your containers or your cars, whatever it is that you ship to Liberia, you can't get it out or how you want to get it out, pricing your car. This is the right time for you to speak. This is the right time for you to speak and ask a question, because this young man used to work
Yeah.
there. He knows the in and out of that company. So yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So Liberians do personal effects. Eh? And so in the business community, that's why I make when it comes to declaring Liberian goods, it takes so many process because at the end of
Okay.
the day, most of Liberians continue have to be done through DR. It means that it has to be a destination inspection. I mean, your container need to come, they open your container to know what all in your container. But both of your containers, we call it junks. They are all junks
Okay.
in it. But on the contrary, why the Indian men continues don't go into storage or demurrage. Okay. Okay. It don't mean that they are don't go into storage or demurrage. It's only happen when they are supplier. When they are supplier, after doing their payment, because the foreign national, they are operating on a professional business terms.
Right. Right. Right.
Yes. Yes. So when they do delay with their payment, when they do delay with their payment and their
Mm.
original bill of learning,
Okay,
don't
bit
re-
of
they
learning.
don't
Yeah, very
receive it
important.
at the rightful time. It's the time they go into storage. But on the
Uh-huh.
contrary, with Liberians, it's different. Liberians, you have to bulk of our brothers need to do DRs, test inspection. So before they have done with all of their declarations, everything of what is in the container, before the people can go and do inspection and things, because you only got 5 days. Because
Okay.
what make Liberians own difficult is that because they are bringing so use things into the country. They
Okay.
use things, most of them they don't have a specific tax rate in a system. So
Okay.
sometimes the person looking for loan say, okay, they beg okay, they want to be 40 what the TV the TV okay, the full flash screen will come here, 2008 TV okay, they want assist us. So when that tax come out and the person look at everything they continue and look at the tax, they say no, it's just too much for those old things. They themselves say it's so old things. So that thing I take it accurate, arguing with the custom officer back and forth, time is running out.
You only
Hmm?
have 5 days.
Time,
Yeah.
time is running out. Yes, time is
Mm.
running out. Because let's say you estimated that you're gonna pay like 1,500 to get a container up. And just to pay your taxes around 3,000 plus,
Right.
it gets
Right.
difficult. On the contrary, when a Lebanese guy is bringing toothpaste, toothpaste,
Right. Mm.
toothpaste, he is continual.
Mm.
So
Stefan, I'm gonna be listening.
his continual is easy to build. He got
Right.
100 pack of toothpaste in it. ARA know the code for that 100 pack of toothpaste. They know how much he's supposed to pay on that 100 pack of toothpaste. So before a toothpaste even land and they have been declared as a CUDA, that brother know
Mm.
how much and what it takes to get it continue up. The next day
Mm.
it has landed. So it is
Mm.
more
Mm. Mm.
easier for the foreigner than the Liberians, because the Liberians you always have to argue your bill. And
Mm.
arguing the bill takes time. That's one of the major problems with
It's
Liberians.
very. You're taking time away from the time. So I can
Yeah,
clear your stuff.
yeah, you take it so many
Mm.
times from there. Then many of them, they comes with a perceived man that they have already paid everything they require for their shipments in Europe or America. So when it comes, they believe that they only supposed to receive their continuous, which of course back home is a different ball game. They have their own system and what it takes to get a continuum up. So someone comes in the country, they have spent 4 to 5 days, they never came back, they never came home with their original bill of learning. What they have is photocopy.
Mm.
Oh, but this is what I received. Would say, oh no, okay, the reason why you received this is because your agent have not done all of your payment yet. So the supplier have not issued or original bill of learning. So the time you
Mm.
will take the call back to your agent, for your agent to call the supplier, for your supplier DHL your bill of learning to you, you already running out of time.
Okay.
Sometimes their agents will delay with their payment
Okay.
because they can ship the cargo. The cargo
Okay.
can leave. But
Uh
if you
huh.
have not done all of your payment yet, and when you have not done all your payment yet, that shipper will not issue original bill of learning. You only be get photocopy, and we don't own no
Okay.
photocopy. Yeah,
Okay.
and we don't own no photocopy. But the moment you have done all of your payment, then the system gonna issue you original bill of learning. So
Tell
most
me.
of these
Yeah.
things it cause delay to so many Liberians that put their story that put their continuum behind the time. Yeah, that put the continuum
So
behind the
so
time.
so so knowing all this stuff, right? Establishing bit of learning, all these things, and you see the trend that Liberians are still feeling. What is your own advice? Because you're an expert. I would tell you you're an expert because you work with these people. You know the in and out of this whole shipment business. What would be your advice to our people looking to ship? Because so many people right now watching, like, okay, these are all new or foreign things to me. I don't understand all of these things, but I would like to ship a container. What would be your advice to them?
Oh, initially is what I was trying to do to get bulk of Liberians together and let go more professional than the
Okay,
average Liberian shipment, because the
okay,
average Liberian shipment the problem is still going to remain the same because
okay.
the problem is already there. That's the problem that is there. But when we go professional, it become more easier
Okay.
or that perceive, or we have to bribe. The reason you have to bribe is because when your
You're not
bill
doing it
come
right.
up, your bill so high. I'm coming. Let me answer this call.
You're a famous man, my guy. Um, Bribery. You guys talk about all the time. You got to bribe this and that. The poor. Da, 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 da. I know people who work over there. You don't do your stuff right. You don't fill out what you need to fill out right. You're gonna have issues. You're gonna have issues with clients, and you take a lot of old things in the country, and the time that you take, it passes you by, and now your stuff is left and for auction, and then you start to cry. And so this video, you guys need to share with your friends, your family, whoever it is, people who want to send things to Liberia. You need to share with them because it's a good learning experience for all of you guys. This guy, he worked there. He knows this company in and out. He knows your mistakes. Your mistakes need to get on his table. So please listen carefully before you start shipping container. Shipping things is not the problem here. Knowing what it is you need to do before you get your items out, very, very important. So anyway,
So like what I'm talking about, it's not like a secret. It's not like a company professional secret that I'm talking about.
right,
It's something that is fixed. It's something that
right.
everybody who want to go into business should understand how it work.
Hmm.
Yes, it's something that is able that people should know, because the ignorant rate in our community is so high, and that by itself a denying of so many opportunities, because the business thing we don't understand how it work. So so people come and say, oh, the bracket is just too much. So that's there where the bracket is just too much come about, because you brought junks into the country after they run the normal system, and the bill is too high. You can't accept that particular bill. After looking at the value of what you brought into the country, you can't accept that
Right,
particular
right,
bill, and you want to
right.
negotiate that particular bill. Yeah, so you want to speak to someone higher to negotiate your bill. There where public librarians come about say there is too much private business. So it's not that. It is not that. So I
Okay,
will encourage librarians. Okay, if you want to go into business, go more professional.
right.
Look for something and let's master it. Like that, trust me, we will do better. But anything on the contrary, we'll stick to just what we know, because your brain cannot do more than what you don't know. Yeah.
So,
So if
so, so
we
let's break it down for our family. Let's break it down for our family. Professionalism, right? You talk about
Yeah, we
being
got to go
professional, going the professional route.
yeah.
You're talking about like getting an agent. Like, what are some of those aspects that they have to really know? Because I know somebody on here who wants to get into shipment. Of course, he wants to link with you when he gets there. But other people are just sitting there. They won't meet with you, whatever it is. But what are some things like how? What?
Okay,
What can they start?
so most often when I'm talking about the market, I always look at, okay, you know what happened. One thing that is holding up way back is that we don't know what it takes to work on a chain, and that's
Okay.
what the white man master. So the white guys here, they master the chain aspect. So let's look at one sector, let's look at one market, and say, okay, we want to invest into let's use a building material as a
Okay.
case study.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't gonna load no building material container and 5 pack on it and 20 steel and 2 sheet of zinc and what thing again, two scrape. No, you're not gonna do that.
Right. Right. Right.
If you bring in a socket in a container,
Yeah.
so socket, you bring in a container. When that socket comes, you have to find your partners, share your
Okay.
sockets with them, they sell it, and you get your money out of it. So
Okay.
Liberians have not understand that aspect yet.
Okay.
One Liberian may continue, you can find frozen chicken,
10,000 different things.
you find frozen chicken, you find 1986 Vienna War and Bush. They Bush they put NSC were using as a scientist. You find all those stuff in Liberians continuous. So that by itself is like I told you yesterday. Right now, I'm doing analysis at the same time I'm doing business study,
Yeah.
and and you get to understand there are so many things that Liberians are not on top of, and the
Right.
foreigners are way on top of it.
Yeah.
I talk to some Liberians sometimes. They've been doing business. So yes,
Nothing
but
we
that
we. Yeah, I
There,
think
there,
we
there are some things that I know of. They don't. I ask them. They're like, how did that work? So maybe they know more than me, but they're trying to keep it because business people they are very selfish.
yeah.
But I think the reason why they are not really expanding more than I think there are so many things they don't know. Yeah, there are so many things that they don't know, and gonna take up time to know it because education is very expensive. You won't know education is expensive until you really want to learn. Yeah, we're not really curious to learn. The
Yeah.
average black man is not really curious to learn, but the white men know how important is education because that's where freedom comes about. Yeah, our people, bulk of us, education is not just about the classroom. Oh. You think you
Right,
get
right,
to
right.
this or the classroom, it's not just about the
Exactly.
classroom. Yeah, it's not just about the classroom, it's about the every basis things that are around us. And we don't have so many informations. Yeah. So if we should be able to solve some of our problems, we should be able to change some of our mentality. It will be able to solve some
Mhm.
of our problem. Like easy will solve our problem. But you still bringing you still continue bringing the same thing. No like when man bringing personal effect in Liberia. They may continue coming. Is that two pay not continue so two pay. If I see no longer budget they need to start thinking more cooperative where you can connect with more Liberians on the local ground. We can build supply and sell network. Then
Yeah,
we
we
can
were
build
talking about that. We were talking about that the last time. We tried to pilot that. Yeah, and some people are like, yeah, point on board, and then later
yeah,
on,
it's difficult. Like I told you,
they
it's something that
love
is
too much
difficult. Yes,
instant
it is something.
gratification.
Yeah, yeah, it is something that is difficult for us. Yeah, it is something that is difficult for us because our society and our culture, it's not a business culture. It's not a business
No.
society. We have not been doing business, so it seems to be so big for us. But
Hmm.
but it is something that's gonna be gradual. People are gonna understand it. People are trying to practice it. The more you identify people that are into it,
Hmm.
you can partner with them. It become more
Yeah.
easier, and you reduce a lot of stress and you get it going. And like I told you last time, I said, you know what I mean. If I can tell anybody anything or this, you know what I mean, or tell that person to learn about business because the
Hmm.
problem of business, it got stress. I won't say it's not
A
nothing.
lot of
Nothing is
it.
not
A
stress. It
lot
got a
of it.
lot of stress. But if we can sacrifice and get more into it brings a lot of development because it brings a lot of freedoms. It brings just so many things. It screen your brain. You have to do critical thinking. You have to do critical math. You have to do decision making. Yes, you need to
Decision. Stay
know. You
up
need to
all
know
night,
decision
and they're
making. Yeah,
telling me, say, why I sick?
you
Sick
need to
because I'm
decide.
stressed.
Yeah, you need to be able to decide. So the reason why we don't have so many people basic is because so many people don't have a business to manage. But if we can find if we can turn our community into a business community, trust me, we wanna develop more innovative people. But again,
Mhm.
it's not something that's gonna be done overnight. Yeah, because you can have someone that is very hungry and you tell them, oh, go study about this. It's difficult. There's another test and guys, I maybe my situation maybe a little different. I came from a professional background. I work young man,
Yeah.
ORO, ORO.
Work
I
for
can
a
decide what.
billion-dollar company.
Yeah, I can decide to do what I'm doing today because I'm not thinking about food. I'm not thinking about finding
Right.
money to recharge. The
Right.
basic things, these small things, I'm not thinking about it. So when I'm thinking about how can I raise how can I raise 1 million, 2 million in 5 years time, it means that these small things, these small problems is already behind me. So to find more
Mhm.
people with a similar mindset but having the same small problem behind it, it becomes difficult. But you eat whole day, they go steady whole day. It can work. So our environment and all is it make life more difficult. I don't care how motivational you want to be when you finish looking at the reality. But no matter what, reality gonna set in. When you
Reality
finish
gonna
looking at the
set in.
reality, oh no, so
Always,
there,
yeah.
there are some things just can't work for certain people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, come on, I have a question here.
Yeah.
My question is, do you think Liberian businesses can survive? What are the pros and cons for a Liberian business to become a success if they are doing secondhand materials? But let's take the first question, okay?
Okay.
Do you think Liberian businesses can survive? That's the first question. Then
Yes.
we'll talk about the pros and cons. So
Yes.
let's go there.
Liberian businesses can survive. And Liberians even have more opportunities in their own society as compared to foreigners. But you know what? Foreigners are always speaking chance. Foreigner come, they identify opportunities to
Yep,
leash on it.
that's it.
And
That's it.
the moment you identify, trust me, you can run. You can use so many nationalistic policies towards them, and you can influence a lot of things to your side. Yeah, Liberian business can survive, but again, you have to be more refined. You cannot be average Liberians for your business to
Mm-hmm.
survive.
Yeah.
There are so many positive things you have to take from successful people. It comes to Liberia, you have to identify the successful people and take some attitude from them. The business can survive. The business
Yeah.
cannot survive as an Irish Liberian because the Irish Liberians are not a business person. Yeah, a food
Yeah.
man, everything is a business. You can't have somebody who today to the shop, today don't be to the shop tomorrow, and they're having someone at meeting, he won't be there. They are having another wedding
Mm.
meeting, he won't be there. So there are so many
Mm.
things. So for our business to survive, we have to look at people who their businesses have survived over the year. What have those
Yeah.
attitude? What are their habits? Yeah, what they do, how they do things. Then we'll copy the
Mm-hmm.
positive ones from them and add it to us. Our
Mm-hmm.
business
Mm-hmm.
gonna survive.
Mm-hmm. Very good. What are the pros and cons for a librarian business to become successful if they are doing secondhand materials? Pros and cons. So, like how we talk about sometimes they send their old shoes from
So
back. Yeah.
the pro is this. The pro is this. They send durable things to Liberia. Despite
Okay.
use, but it's more
Okay.
durable than the new things that are here. Eh?
Okay.
So the con is this. Hmm? The people of money, hmm? They feel more relaxed buying new things and in the park. Those who can afford. So there
Mm.
where it become more difficult for a Liberian business person as compared to a foreign business person. So once a
Mm-hmm.
person get money, they going for the new thing as compared to the old things. That's why the old thing is strong. The old thing is good. This that. Yeah. So these new things, the money it may not be as expensive as those old things, but there is thousands of dollars going that direction because it look fancy, it look new, and people love the lousy things, so they are going to it. So that by itself is breaking us. So what we have to do is,
Okay.
Bernard, if we got 40% of our people into this other business, let's start going the direction. In this business aspect, it cannot be like the way the Liberians are doing their business, because you're not going back no continue with TV, two speaker, two SBA. Those ones can work, and you don't have a
Yeah. Yeah.
Liberian who going low one continuous social television. You
Right.
don't
Right.
have that Liberian now. Yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Liberian, but the infrastructure is not
So we
there.
don't have the capacity. Yeah, we don't have
Yeah,
the
the
capacity.
capacity
This is
is
the
not there.
reason
It's not
why
about it's not about
one
the
container
capacity.
will have
It's
this.
about it's about the infrastructure. It's not there,
Right. Right.
because when you bring that container television, you're not going to open one store so television in there.
Right. Right. Right.
So there where the foreign nationals got more leverage over us. So if we should get there, we have to start from the basis. Identify Liberians who are struggling and see how well we can support them, give each of them store. We can build a trust over
Yeah,
4 to 5 years,
like a
and
a,
then we can
a
move.
sales point of
Yeah,
sale.
zero
Yeah.
sales
Yeah, we
points.
talk about.
Then
Yeah.
we can move to that direction. But to tell you that we're going to achieve it in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, no. Because the first thing we need to build is a trust. Because
Yeah.
there were business grow from.
Yeah.
Business grow from trust. It don't grow from money. Oh. It don't grow from money. It grow from trust. So if you have a society that there is no trust, there can be no business.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. That's a very good response. Let's take this here. Hello, family. Hello. Please can I have your email and phone number? I will share that with you, Angeline. I will share his email with you. Um, Okay, so somebody said, I can't believe I almost missed this. Yeah, welcome to the live. Thank you for tuning in. Where we will come a very bright young man who started his journey with telling everyone to go back home and take the cornerstone out of the way and build Liberia. And then he went to expand on the true business research, marketing, market analysis, understanding our market. Well, come on, when we spoke recently, you talked about Some of the issue that plagues our business community, and or you talk about the lack of mentorship. You want to talk about that a little bit more?
Yes, and in everything, mentorship play a key role. It's very important because what a mentors does is that it reduce your risks.
Okay.
They build your confidence, and we don't have this in our society. Like you look at the Ghanaians, you look at the Nigerians, look at the fullers they comes here, you see they bring their brothers. Those brothers they bring, they are mentoring them. When you go to
Mm,
Guinea, they call it apprentice. Apprentice. It's a French. How they pronounce it in French? Apprentice. So they call them apprentice. I mean those people they are teaching them, but it don't happen in Liberia easily. You don't find someone to say no. I want to serve you to learn. So when you go to
mm,
Nigeria, they got people there to serve to learn. They want to learn. They want to be someone tomorrow. So want to
mm-hmm.
learn from successful people. But it don't happen in Liberia easily because everyone want it instantly. They
Right.
do something for you
Right.
now. They
Yeah.
want their pay now.
And
Yeah. So
gratification.
it become
Mm-hmm.
more difficult. So there is no mentorship in Liberia. So the person like me, this what I go through. Uh, that's part the basis education that our opportunity to acquire. I needed to do a lot of risk analysis, a lot of risk taking, because I never had no director.
Right. Right.
Go what mentors serve as a director for you. Oh, don't go
Mm.
so, bend left, bend right, bend this way. That's what I do. So
Yeah.
if you don't
Yeah.
have a
Yeah,
mentor,
man.
yeah, well, you don't have a mentor, left giving you 4-0.
Yep.
Yeah, left giving you 4-0 because we don't have much. Because no matter you twist whatsoever, you need to learn about it. So if
Hmm.
Liberians must learn more about the business, we need to find more mentors. How many
Yeah.
successful Liberian person do we know? We
Hmm.
can't count more than five.
Mm-hmm.
Because business is different from politics. That's something
Yep.
that we have not
You can find a
understood
lot
yet.
of politicians, yeah, in
Yeah,
the country.
yeah, we are not honest in this particular aspect yet. So we don't have more successful business people. So some people come to me sometimes say, "Oh, but come, I want for you to do this." I say, "No, happen." Okay, the reason I'm not talking much is because I have to serve as my own mentor. I have to learn a lot of things. I have to take a lot of risks because again, God bless me at the initial start. At the initial start, like I was saying, I have so many people watching calling
I
back and
remember
forth.
those days.
But yes, everybody think that somebody will say, "Well, come on, if I give you $1,000 US, what you think I $1,000 and do?" And I tell you, say, "No, what happened? At this stage, we are learning. We don't come profit." Oh, no, no, no,
Yeah,
no, 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 no.
yeah,
I mean, you can do business because it
yeah.
cannot be business. You start to make profit from business when you understand the business,
Wait,
and now when you
yeah.
start learning about the business, yeah. So that's a tough aspect. That's a tough aspect. We don't have so many person to provide mentorship. So no matter how angry we can be, we cannot take over the business. So what I try to do is say, like, what happens in this case, I'm not gonna stress myself too much again. I'm gonna learn, gonna take my own set time, learn and grow along the way
Right, right.
because at the initial start, I just wanted to know what happen. Let's just hit the hammer on the head or the nail and go straight. Find 10 librarians, principals, stereo, 5 librarians, so television, 10 librarians. It's easier said than done. So after seeing those things, someone come, okay, I got my $1,000. There's so many questions come to them. Oh, if I do this, if not, if I do this. So after looking for lunch in Noabi, we're gonna have so many issues. But this is the thing about it. I sometimes look at myself and I turn my computer on. When I left my job, I have something like my balance was something around 4 to 5K. 2 years times,
Okay.
I shooting as far as 55. In 2 years doing just basis analysis. So imagine, imagine what the level man. I understand the business by way, making on Liberia. Hmm?
Right.
What the Guinean man that understand the market so much, generating on Liberia. So I started ask myself so many future questions, but again, it cannot be done overnight. It's something
No,
that have to be
it's not a quick. It's not
a
a quick thing,
yeah.
and
It's something that
we like instant
it has to be
gratification in
done
our society. It
meticulously.
can't.
My first shipment. What happened to me, right? My first
Yeah,
shipment instead of coming to Liberia, it went to South
yeah,
Africa.
yeah.
That shipment, that shipment, like I said, everything. Like someone told me that I just gonna be successful in business. That's why I just put all my time into it now. Because someone said I'm gonna be successful because the thing happened to me is gonna happen to me at my maturity stage. It's gonna break me down and get me out of the business. But since I already told myself I'm learning, that's why it happened to me. For me to take that shipment from South Africa to Liberia, it cost me. It took me over 4 months. It was not easy for me.
Yeah.
It
It
had me
wasn't. It
so stressed
wasn't.
up.
Yeah.
But today I don't even worry myself any longer. I don't worry myself any longer. I just get on the telephone, this, everything. I'm so confident to the extent the guys may be like, who this guy, who this guy, who this guy, who this guy. But again, I started to ask myself, if I was doing business since 10 years ago, but now, you see, but I'm gonna say, oh, I the big people, but again, when you read a passion to learn, is something different,
Yeah.
and we shouldn't ourselves in the less because we don't have the infrastructure. The
Hmm.
infrastructure for business is not in Liberia, and it can only come into Liberia when Liberians know what they want to do. If you don't know what you
Hmm.
want to do, you cannot develop it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like for some of us, we easily navigating ourselves through the business community because of our education that we have. So our education that we have, when we see things, we try to pierce through it. We want to go to the into. Yeah, we want to know. We ask so many questions, and those questions asking, it costs money. Ah,
It does,
it
and people are
costs
not willing to pay for
money.
those.
Yeah, it costs money because no one just gonna see you and just start talking to you.
Thank
No
you.
one gonna do that. And yeah, no one gonna do that. I tell some people, I say, from the understand one thing from certain people, what it cost me, you won't say believe it. But I don't know. The first thing, I don't know when I'm up there, I don't know anything. And,
Yep.
and and I always tell myself at this moment, I want to know. So because I want to know, I always say I don't understand what I'm doing. So what I do, I get a 4 to 5 person that I know doing those same things and talk with and engage each of them differently. And the
Yeah.
moment I engage each of them differently and they see potential, because business people as soon as they identify resource, they want to hold it close to them. So we use money because they won't come up for more again. Because they feel some more inside, they won't come back again. So like I mean they coming back, they gonna explain, oh, we can do this, we do this. So after everybody finish explaining, we'll be able to make our own decision because I'm from the IT world. In the IT world, we collect informations. We collect informations, we put it together to give off, we collect data to give us information. Because after making analysis of the data, we're able to build informations. That's how we able to navigate ourselves through. You see, sometimes when I post, I say, no, I mean, okay, after 2 3 years, I can control at least 30% of this particular market share
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we did market study, we did market analysis, we're getting feedbacks. The feedback we're getting, when we calculate the market value of this feedback, we can generate this amount of figure in 6 months time. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so I'm looking for nothing. Let me just be quiet. Let me just be quiet and just focus on the project because at a particular time now, you won't have so many. Someone said that you don't have so many people understanding what you want to do, so it become more difficult because it's not like if like a country like Europe and thing, trust me, we have blow nonsense. Because people buy ideas on our side, they pay money for ideas and they monitor it, but it's not like Africa. Africa is a different ballgame. So making Africa, you have to be very strong. You have to use your intellect. Meaning if you're not associating with politics, because it's the easier way to succeed in Africa through politics. So if you say you will make it and not through politics, you have to have a very strong, meticulous brain to be able to read through the line. So there we'll find ourselves now.
Excuse me, Alan. People. All right. Excuse me. I'm sneezing. How do you? Okay, so this next question will come up. How do you approach shipping a container of personal items that might contain a lot of different things?
Yeah, those ships, both of those shipments, they are either groupish or personal effects. Those personal effects shipment, it's not it's a bad thing, but when it comes to making effect on the market, on our market, we need to pass that stage. Yeah,
No, okay, so that's from the business standpoint, but somebody's looking. Okay, so you're saying not to even engage in such, but if somebody's looking to ship a container, right? For example, they only have 5 cars, or depending on maybe the footage of the container. Um, do you think they should put other materials in there? I get people say, "Oh, I put something in the car, put boxes in the car." Like, what is your feedback on that?
yeah. The personal effect, it's not like it's a bad stuff. It's not bad. It have if you look at our market, because for me, I looking at the market. I looking at out having percentage. Yes, I looking at out having percentage. How many Liberians are you seeing building new stores back home?
Mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
find more Lebanese are able to buy front view, rent front view, and build real modern structure there to sell what? Are they selling personal effect in the place? No. They sell the mattress, they sell the rubber chair, they sell the TV, they sell the
Things are
sockets.
of need. What is
Yes,
needed within the market is what they have.
it's what they have.
That's
So
that's
so
simple
so
as it
so so
is.
so so they are making more progress than we do. You find Liberians almost 20 years, they just stuck right to carry Ken Johnson Road there.
Fresh meat.
Yeah, Ken Johnson Road. Right over there where the store the American store in. Almost 20 years, they're gonna be stuck right over there. There's gonna be no
Facts.
improvement. But you see, after 5 years, you find Lebanese men building new
Yep.
branch. So,
Expanding,
so what
expanding.
yeah, what I'm doing, I trying to learn more about the foreign nationals as compared to the Liberians because the foreign nationals
Hmm.
they are succeeding more than us. So,
Yeah.
so, so yes, let's study their footsteps and get into it. And watch, and trust me, if you study their footsteps and get into it's more productive than anything. And and you won't believe Liberians. There are certain things, certain business you're doing Liberians. They don't know if we're Liberians.
They
They
don't.
always say, "Oh,
Oh.
everybody give me one more. Your boss man like, give me one more. Your boss man like, give me man. Your boss man Nigerian man." I say, "Oh yeah, my boss man Nigerian man." But know that, yeah, certain type of business is doing. They have already identified or certain group of people. So all of that as a business person, it gives you a potential. So if you have to study the market, where do you want to engage? How do you want to engage it? Yeah, you look at Liberians, and how do they do their purchasing? Yeah, so these questions and things, that's what people I keep on asking. It's not. I'm not saying that person you first business is a bad business, no,
Right, right.
but going to copy the Lebanese guy is not 2 weeks thing though. It's not 1 month thing. Hey,
Hmm.
trust me, it's not. It's not 1 year stuff. It's something that you have to dedicate your time to start from scratch. Yeah, and it's time consuming because the
It takes a
Lebanese
lot of time, a lot
eh,
out of you.
the Lebanese man not just jump inside and open a store. You know
But
Lebanese
but
man.
what time I met some Lebanese at Royal Hotel when I was there. Recently when I saw you, I had a meeting with them, and the guy told me that's his fourth time in Liberia, and to open a sports bar. And I asked him, why such a long time? He said because I'm studying the market more than it is right now. And that's the time factor we talk about. A lot of people need instant gratification. They want something now, 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 now. And these people are taking some time to really learn about the market, to learn from their brothers, because he brought his Lebanese business partner there. And then he said, "Oh, we're going from Lebanese place, some stores." The reason why I know that Lebanese places is because he would name like places like, "Oh, I'm going to Twisters," I have started Royal people here, and he just, and I took his number. We talk here and there, but it's time. and it's not something that they think about today and boo 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 they start going. But our people, like you said, oh, I want 1,000, I want to invest 1,000 right now, and then in 2 months I want my profit. It does not work like that.
Yeah,
It
it
does
don't
not
work
work like
that
that.
way. It doesn't work that
And
way.
that these are some of the things that
And
that's hindering
yes,
our economy.
yeah, it gonna hinder it causing a serious hindrance because the few people that been into it or the result they been getting, you don't have no trust, nobody to trust, no trusted partner to partner with.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get into it, it don't work for them. They leave the stage. And the people who are there, they've been there for a very long time. They understand it. They don't let jump out and started doing it. They save other people when the government mature. That's how they started go on their own. So for us,
Mm-hmm.
we don't even understand how it work. So it means that we have to be willing to spend millions of dollars into the market setups to even understand how the business community work. And bulk of us don't have that capital.
No,
The bulk of
no,
us
no.
don't have
And
that
that's
capital
why
to
we
think
that's why we
to,
give up
to get on that.
relatively quickly. We
Yes,
give up
yes.
because
Oh yeah,
of
it's
that.
very
Yeah.
expensive. It's very, very expensive. It's not it's
Yeah,
not
excuse
cheap.
the mail, the man, a famous mail. You know, he is right to in terms of some of the things that he said. You know, I talk about eggplant all the time, the chicken portrait over there. Everybody thinks that business belongs to a Nigerian person. And look, I really don't care actually. Uh, but that's just what these people see our market as, that we Liberians are not capable. Every time I go over there, somebody say, "Oh yeah, that place is owned by a Nigerian." Or I say, "Oh yeah, of course, that's a Nigerian person that owns that place." It makes sense to them because that's all they see. The forward moving businesses are owned by foreigners, or not owned by us. We're not looking at things a long term business. We're not looking at long term businesses. We are looking at businesses that will bring instant money. For some reason, we have this instant gratification thing. Like, if I put $10,000 here, I need to get $10,000 tomorrow. Business does not work like that. It takes time for you to gain profit, and when you gain profit, you must reinvest it into your business to sustain and to elevate your business. And that's the patient a lot of us do not have. But anyway,
Yeah,
let's see.
yeah.
Can you
So
please
so so
guide?
so
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. So that's the bottleneck that we have. It's difficult because when the first thing people be looking at the age. Black men think
Mm,
about themselves. We're looking at our age.
mm,
I don't have age in my favor again. If I spend
mm.
4 years doing try to study about this thing, when am I going to pick up?
Right.
It's time consuming. Yes, it's very, very time consuming, and the time is not in bulk of favor because the people that have the money, they don't have much time again. Most of the people that have few dollars, they are older people, very old. You find a man, maybe man in 50, that man can't get a 1,000 a year and I can't. Let me wait till that 1,000 a year. Let me wait till I live 1,000 a year to go do what thing. Some point say, but man, you gotta get money out today, yeah, tomorrow, yeah. It's very expensive. Anybody say research is cheap? That person doesn't understand anything yet. But the sacrifice is gonna pay off. It may not be
It's
now.
worth it. It's worth it.
It's not gonna be now. It's not gonna be sooner, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And we need more people. Like I tell so many people, but it's expensive. Nobody not willing to just waste their money. Some people, I know there's some people feel wasting money. Yeah, we have to be able to collect data. Like we don't have data. When you don't
Nope.
have data, you don't make decisions. You need data to make decisions. We're not
Thank
informed.
you.
How
Thank
we
you.
decide?
Hmm.
Yeah, how we decide?
When you
Yeah,
when you when you take some time to pay this person, they're like, why are you doing that? Well, you don't know it's gathering us a network you're building. People don't
yeah,
understand that. People don't
yes.
understand that. It's
People don't understand the important. People don't understand the important. And when you step up there, when you step up there and you rub shoulder with these big guys, you get to understand the importance of network, how it work. It have money because people with money, all they're looking for is who to trust.
yeah.
Hi, it's who to trust. That's what they want. They want uh, uh, can I trust this person? The moment
Yes.
they can trust you, hey, you ready to go.
Yeah.
You're ready to
They're
go.
more likely to
I say
provide
no way.
that.
So the time you're gonna take to develop those trusts, hi. When I started traveling, that's all those one. Like, bro, don't have too much money, people. Like country like Ghana,
We have
Nigeria, what you call it?
intellectuals, fake intellectuals
Yeah,
that should say that
we
foreign
get we
affair.
just talk. We just talk a lot. When you go other, you see rich people. You say, wow. You see about business. You see the guy. You see the guy. He's like an agent for this. So for the other company. Like what I learned from them is that both of them when they go up there, you see how well they can be a representative of a product back home.
Hmm.
Yes, yeah. Because why it is the this is because these people they have been doing business from scratch, be building business, building their profile, building their legacy, until they reach to where they are. But what happened is that most of us want to start from the top, and you cannot start from the top. Yeah, few guys told me, no, you don't do that. You don't start from the top. You have to start from the bottom, no matter who you are. You,
Bottom.
you have to get it from the bottom top. If you go to the top, you come back to the bottom. You don't want at the bottom. You want to run away from. So when you get from the bottom, you learn a lot. You learn maturity, but you have to be able to manage 100, where you
Yeah.
manage $2, three
Yep.
bucks. Because when you start seeing the 50K, you start seeing the 200K. You start seeing the money too much, and when you're not mature, trust me, you just
Yeah.
what it takes as librarian looking at this. You wake up in the morning, you see close to 8,000 call money sitting down near you. When you're not mature, you're just gonna be lavish all around. Yeah. So these things it's not with us. It's not with us. And if we should develop it, it have to be something a little bit national. You can't leave it with the people because people don't have the capital to do it. You
Right.
don't have the capital to do it. Someone like how they see 150. You think they're going to take 2,000 US to go do something expensive like that? They're not gonna do it. So
Yep.
so so national leaders need to get involved to help the people because when the people they are self empowered, it's a freedom. And I want to know
Empowerment.
who the
Oh,
president, who not the president, who the lawmaker, who not the lawmaker. I'm not worried about them. I worry more about how can I double my DJs. That's what I worry more about.
that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried more about. So we need to find means how can we convince policymaker. But again, when you seem to be a smart person in Africa, you have to be very careful how you walk around people because you have someone who the first time seeing 2000, it was a time of government payroll. It's a different ball game. Your perception of things is far different from them. So there are so many things that happen to us. It's just complex to find a solution to it unless someone willing to sacrifice their own time to free themselves. Yes, that's the only way we're gonna go. We're gonna find our way out.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, Carmen, let me ask you another question here from Angeline. Um, can you please guide in the steps to free 40-foot container from the port? I mean, the very ways to follow, not corner side.
Okay, so I think I found a manual to you the last time. So check your
Yeah, yeah,
email.
yeah. I have
So
it. Oh
check your
yeah,
email.
I
Yeah,
review it. I will share with her.
yeah. That
I
document from
review it.
ARA script. It's from ARA
Yeah,
script.
yeah.
So just follow it to the
And
person. They
Angeline,
can follow. They can
I
follow
will
those
share that with
steps.
you. I will share that with you, and of course, once you
They can
review
follow
it,
those steps. They can follow those steps. They will be abreast with the basic steps that you need to take. Because the first thing you
yeah.
need are legal or lesson custom broker. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
But if
That's the
you
first thing. Write it
understand,
down, but you need to read it.
yeah, if you understand the basis of what you need to do, it becomes more easier for you because
Yes.
for your custom broker to also do that, they take so much money from you on terminology.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't understand the right terms, it's where the whole year you pay for things that they don't say existing set. But once you are informed about what you need to do, it just it's just a water for you. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like I
Yeah.
told you,
Yeah.
most of us don't have information. We don't have data.
No.
So if we want to go into the business world, it become more frustrated. I met so
We
many
have to
frustrated librarian business
know. We
person.
have to
Yeah,
know. Yeah. We have to
so
know.
many frustrated librarian business person. They come from way America. They come from America. Say, well, they come out. You won't believe that the amount of money I spent behind the continue. I don't really understand what happening. And sometimes I'll be like, I'm someone that no matter what, I'm a passionate person. It's because you don't understand what happened. That's just what happening to you. You'd be like, what are you saying? I say, yes, you don't understand what happened. It's what happened to you. And it was so pathetic. It was so pathetic for me to always see people crying and things back and forth. And I look and say, no, I mean, we just have to find means to get out there too and see. I can be anywhere in Liberia. My shipment come. I don't need to take video to call. Oh, the people to area. No. My shipment can be where there anybody that go and say, oh yeah, they could call like, hey. So it's not because they know me. It's not because they know me. It's because I understand the system, how the system works, and this system don't gonna educate. Also, the part of the street, it's not like schoolhouse where someone showing giving you time to teach you. In the street, they don't teach anyone there.
Nope.
You learn your
You
lesson
gotta
and
you
move
gotta
on. Like the
seek
people
your
part of
own
the street.
questions. You have to seek your own answers. You
Yeah.
have to
So
ask
if
your own
you lock it,
questions. You have to network. All these
if
things.
God bless you and find you luck it to find an honest person to guide you, it's a plus. Like I told you about the mentor. We don't have mentors. That was suffering so many people. And everybody can do it their own way. You can never succeed. Hi. But
By yourself.
I,
Yeah. You can.
when I go to Nigeria, I see this guy, I see the number of people the people are mentoring. The people pay for mentorship in Nigeria.
Thank
Imagine
you.
that. Yeah, they pay like the moment people know you are expert on certain things, they want to pay for your mentorship. They won't serve you.
Eager. Very eager.
They won't serve you to learn
You
from
charge
you.
somebody $1 in library computer, they start crying. The thing your
Yeah.
time is free. It's so
they
funny.
they people look at you. They are like if I was a Nigerian, the community people they will come. Oh, but come on, I want for my son to be with you. Then he just serve you.
Right.
Because the moment your children around me, they're gonna learn a lot of things and they're gonna be more refined. In Nigeria, that's how you're looking like you pay money for your
Everything.
son to go live for someone just to provide mentorship for them. So we need to sacrifice into mentorship. It's not there. So that's why everybody just trying, everybody just losing, everybody not strong. It's not corruption is one of the bad stuff. Because everybody think like they're supposed to corrupt the system to make it, and it is not it.
Mm.
Sometimes
Preach, yo.
there are certain things nice to pay money for sale, but because you don't know, so you feel that the system is corrupt. No. So the first thing you try to do, try to understand how the system works. Ask more questions. You may seem foolish at the initial start, but don't hesitate. Ask more questions. Find 4 to 5 persons doing the same thing and ask them questions. Like that,
And
it
keep
will be
asking. Keep
keep on
asking.
asking. Don't relent. Keep on asking. Just ask. It may sound foolish for us. Yeah. And do more reading. In a day and age with the internet, trust me, you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot just by asking questions. You gotta ask Google who get the biggest pop. Yeah, just ask questions. It may look foolish, but ask. Oh yes,
Ah,
yes.
that is too funny. That is too funny. I talk about it on my channel here, but I met a young man on LinkedIn. He's into the he does vertical farming, so indoor farming, because that's where the world is going to. So when I got more interested in agriculture, I paid him the first time to talk to him. He said, "Oh, you're the first person who's paying for 30 minutes to speak with me," because I told him, I said, because this relationship is about to be 5 to 10 years relationship. It's not about to be something that will be stagnant. And I get information, I start running like I know everything. No, you got to invest in somebody's time, and you got to invest in asking questions and maintaining relationships that are substantial, that both of you can benefit. So I talk about networking on my channel all the time. Had I not like comment on your stuff and say, "Well, come on, you're talking nonsense," this conversation we wouldn't be having it today. And then
Oh
open
yes.
myself up to say, you know what? Yeah, because I said, "Well, come on, you're talking foolishness over there. You're talking foolishness." The people, and not everybody have cornerstone. And then it left from that to where we are now, to where hey, if I need some type of information, vice versa, we can just share ideas. I learn from you, you learn from me, whatever it is. It's a network, constant learning, constant questions asking. You know, but we need to engage
and
in these
and
things.
yes, we don't engage a lot. We still find ourselves a little selfish, and which of course
Mm-hmm.
we harming ourselves because our ignorance is that low. So we think being selfish is good. No, what networking does is that a relieve you of so many things because you
Mm-hmm.
cannot know everything. You cannot
Yep.
be everywhere doing the same thing at the same time.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but our society have not reached to that peak yet because
Mm-hmm.
people mostly focus on betrayal. Or the person
Yeah.
may betray me, the person may betray
Yeah.
me. So it's not every time about betraying business.
Mm-hmm.
It's about you looking at our network and where can you fit in. So let's say,
Yeah.
okay, you know what? Everything here I can provide a particular service on a particular chain. We have not to understand how a chain work. So we understand how the chain work. A couple of things start getting more easy. But I'm working for a logistic company.
Yeah.
Logistic, you living from point A to point B to
Yeah.
point C. So how can you connect all of these dots? All those points, there is someone sitting there, and that
Yep.
point, they are benefiting
Yep.
from those various points. Yeah,
Yep.
but in the art where you want to control the whole point, you alone, there where they get
It
fucked
don't
up.
work. It
It don't
doesn't
work like
work.
that. Yeah, it don't work like that. It become more slow. It become more dull. It don't work. So we understand the chin aspect. Okay, no, if I want something from America today, I then look on my listing who are getting America. Okay, yes. So it become more easier, and people think that, oh yeah, they may get too much contact. That's why in like brother, what they want to say is you get so
That's
many
what
contacts.
it is.
So,
You
so
need
life
to
become more easier for
be
you.
in a
So
network.
so if we should succeed, we need to open up and identify more potential people and see how can we interfit. Eh?
Collectively,
What
yeah.
can I get from you and what can you get from me? Because
Definitely.
because you know, I tell someone say okay, our society is not a very aggressive society. Aggressive society like Nigeria and Ghana, the
Yeah.
people are very aggressive. They want to make it no matter what. Hmm?
No
They
matter
want to
what.
make it no
No
matter what.
matter what
Somebody
mentality is what they have.
in, imagine someone putting a Jaguar 2020 Osa and you're in the center about business. If they make you put out a Jaguar for your children, you won't put out something better than that too. But in Liberia, it's different. Liberia, everybody live to the same place, the rich, the poor. So nobody running beyond nothing. You like in Nigeria, you want to live in Lagos, you want to live in the Victoria Island, you want to be on the VR. Because that's where you're gonna find the video with all the big boss. It's a that room set. They say, yeah, we're doing packaging. It's a that room. Once you get small money, you want that way you want to move. So you have people doing critical thinking. They want to move ahead. They want to do so many things. But for years, it's not like that. So it is a new culture. It's a new culture because yeah, people know when you're a young man, you should be behind one politician. Oh, say, yeah. When I was say,
Ah,
behind your president, boy.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Yeah. But the main thing was say, I get I won't it. I get airs on his side. Then me I go be saying, oh, say, one sit down behind my computer again. They told money. So because
Right.
it's not working. It's not working. The ignorant rate is so high, very very high, because the people are hungry. When you're hungry, you can learn.
Hmm. Yep.
It's difficult.
Yep.
It's
They need
difficult
to
because
get
you can't be
empowered.
hungry to learn. You can't be looking for food. As soon as you learn it, it can't wait. It can't wait. The people are our people back are hungry. So we need someone to get you sacrifice for them. If you born from a family where your parents never lay their life down for you, trust me, everything is balancing on you. Imagine how to go going to school, but yourself have
Yeah.
to pay your own school fees, come from there, go look for food, all that thing. So all those things it breaks the society down. But we cannot continue focusing on the problem. We need to identify people with the potential and see how we can move on. So most of my friends I got out there, I say, no, I mean, okay, since they're a kid, let's build network, let's build relationship. Because over the period of time, you can know me, I know you, you can trust me, I trust you. There are some guys today. I do business with them up to $2,000 US. They get me from me. I send away America $2,000 US plus. Okay, no happening. This guy coming, quite what come on? My man. So okay, I'll send you 1,000. I get about 1,000 for you. Let me also do that. So someone from America holding me in back in Africa. So I just love me. Okay, yeah. So let's see what we can do. So what we're trying to do is that like me who started the whole focus. So let's do it a day at a time. Let build network. Let build confidence because when the network is built, when the confidence is there, you think how people see from people,
Exactly.
they build confidence with you. They make you relax. That's how you want to relate with them. So that same vibes, it have some positive trend in it. You can take the positivity or that negative aspect and build a better society for you. So people in the diaspora before they were more afraid. So I mean, really, when they see you, they feel like you got for big money at that time. But today there are some transactions that me and some people do 500, 700, 1,000. I say, my man, me, you know, get my one. Me, like get 1,000 naira play. Oh. I look at my DJ. I looking at the five DJ. So 1,000
55,000.
naira. At the 1,000 naira. And not anything. And not something that I look. And not something I want. I look at build. I link out Dangote. I post me a man birthday page. So I'm looking. I'm working for a $1 billion company. I saw
Right.
millions passing through my office. So I'm
Yes.
looking at the thousands. But again, the network is very important. But network comes from trust. Okay, God,
Yes.
trust the
And
souls.
it's not cheap. It's
Yeah,
time
yeah.
consuming and it's not cheap.
It time consuming, but you have to trust the souls. So gradually, we are building trust with the various souls. Because once you can trust me, I can trust you. That's where progress comes from. The guys are
Hmm.
here. They're not going to Lebanon every day. You got people
Mm-hmm.
in Lebanon that they trust. They build
Yeah.
doing partnership.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing partnership. So it's more easier for them to make it. So it's gonna be over time. Like I used to tell them, I say, this thing is not something that's gonna happen tomorrow morning. Oh.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
it's gonna take time. Because I gotta know you, you gotta know me. Because when you know me,
Mm-hmm.
trust me, when the trust is there, you can even get 10 million. You get worried. Like that thing.
Yep.
Yeah. There are some I just received a shipment. The shipment is worth like 12,000. 12,000. I take 12,000 US and send it to partners to send me goods. Those people who have developed trust will do the first 4,000.
Right, right, right.
These people, they are self even when to send up to $24,000 US worth of things here. All the way out far
Yeah.
across the Atlantic Ocean. But the trust have been developed gradually because when you
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
read more about international business, it has been a hindrance. So they always emphasize more on trust. So I always tell party, let's build trust among ourselves.
Trust first.
Let me
Yeah.
be able to trust you. You be able to trust me. Then we can engage the big market. The big market, you find the big market in hard.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
come on.
you find the big
It
market
come
in
back.
hard.
I come back to my point. When I talked recently on my channel that you can actually go to China and get things in advance. You don't have to pay money. People were like, "Oh, that's not true." The truth of the fact is, if you go to China and establish trust or relationship with a vendor, they're actually going to give you the goods without you even paying money. But because that trust has already been established and you guys have that relationship, so you don't have to have the $1 million to go there and say, "Okay, I want all these goods from you." It's a
Okay, so
business
what you are talking about,
relationship.
is what they call the LC. So that
Okay.
LC aspect, they have to do with the bank. The bank have to
Mhm.
intervene.
Right.
So you can be in Liberia and a bank trust you,
Hmm.
then there where that aspect can come about because that's a more
Right.
professional aspect. So
Right.
so so like we didn't now because we're doing 5,000, 4,000 goals. So
Right.
it's not at the standard. It is just
Right.
human to human trust that we are
Yeah.
doing. Mm?
Exactly.
But on a more professional level, you need a bank in Liberia
Right.
to issue you a LC, which is called letter of credit. With that
Hmm.
LC, any company can listen to you
Right.
because because it means that a bank trusts you to give to
Right.
provide a letter for you because that letter is like a collateral. If you
Right.
fail to pay them, the bank gonna take responsibility to pay them. So they feel
Yes.
more free. So on a more professional level, you don't need money. You just need a letter of
That
credit or
letter
someone
of
to
credit,
save.
but it's
Yeah,
easy to actually get it from the bank than most people think.
yes. Yes, the bank have the issue with. Yeah. So on a more professional level, that is it. But that same professional level, it is built to human aspect.
Thank you.
So the
Trust
human
needs
aspect
to
is
be
there.
there.
The only aspect of it is the legality aspect. Well, I'm here. I got business partners. I send 12,000 worth of goods to them. They don't supply me. If they don't supply me, or how do I issue with against them?
Right.
If I don't get my goods, if I don't know if I don't even know which part of the country they stay, how do I go to find them? So to make to cut all that long matter short, on a professional level, you did directly with the bank, but
Mm-hmm.
the human aspect is still working. Yeah,
It's
it
very
even works
important
more
still.
better. It
Mm-hmm.
even work more better, more efficient once you are able to build the trust among yourself. Yeah, once you're able to
Simple
build the
as it
trust
is.
among yourself,
As
it
it.
is more easier and more. It's the most one of the more easier ways there because every producer looking for the market,
Yes.
every producer looking for the market, what they need is just trust. How can they get their money back
Thank you,
from you?
success.
That's all they need.
Yeah.
They need trust. So and trust it's not developed overnight. It developed over
Nope.
time.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
it developed over
Nope.
time. So
Nope.
if we are like and we think about our economy, we spend it, you cannot get it. You cannot get on the fee. You cannot get on the fee when they start playing.
Nope.
No,
You gotta
you
build.
you,
You gotta build. You got
you need a
you got
bill.
to build.
It's
You
gonna take
gotta
you
build.
6 years. It's gonna
Yeah.
take you
You gotta
years.
build.
The bill, you have the bill. You have to
You
learn the
gotta build.
game. When you get on the fee,
Yeah.
you gotta learn how the game works.
Yeah, the president of Bluecrest, who I know, who is like a really good friend of mine, Bluecrest University over there, he's an Indian guy. He said, Emma, because we work amongst ourselves, that's why we are doing what we are doing in Liberia here. The networking aspect in the Indian community, working together, having each other's back, of course, that's business, but having each other back has been very helpful to them. And then, that's some of the thing he tells me. He said, hey, if I need something here, my Indian brother on the side, he got me. And work amongst ourselves. And again, it still does come with that trust. Anyway, let's take some comments here. Okay, so Sandal said, I'm really hoping that shipping your personal things for your home is not considered less important because not everyone is in business. So what will you say to that? Let's say I want to ship something from my house with a camera. I want to ship my chair, I want to ship my TV, I want to ship
Yes,
my blah blah blah.
yes. Like I told you. Like I told you, I'm not ripping that aspect off. It's important. I think their estimate is around close to 600 to 700 million every year.
Okay,
They raise a lot of money too. Yeah, it's good.
okay.
But when I'm talking about if we should have if you want to do if you want to do a business if you want to do a business and you want to be like the business guys back home, you have to look at what they are into as
Hmm.
compared to what librarians are into because the librarian aspect they have not really improved as then. So
Yeah, yeah.
if we should start the rupture with them, we'll start studying about them. But that aspect is still working. Yeah, or they got a lot of used good things back there. People sending back home. Yes, a lot of used good things are back home. But mainly for me, we focus more onto the business community. How well can we develop more business conscience, more business mindset?
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
that we can develop in the future.
So an individual looking to just ship something for the house. Let's say I want to ship something for my house. And just have everything in one container. Obviously, that's just a bunch of different things, right?
Yeah,
So that's it's not more so that I'm only shipping, for example, the toothpaste that you referenced. It's not like a container full of toothpaste, but now a container full of house products. But that's just for my house. It's not for my business. Um, I guess it's the same route, and he's
it's
not
a sin.
against
It's
it.
a sin. Then
It's just the
it's
same
a
route,
sin.
but
We're only talking about the bottleneck. What causes most bottleneck for
hmm
Liberians?
yeah,
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 that's only what it's gonna cost for you. Because after the feeling giving you your tariff and thing there, so now it be too high and you want to reject it. Like, it's just too
yeah, yeah,
much. So that
yeah,
what I
yeah.
only tell you what can cost it. It don't mean that it's not bad. It's bad to do that. No, it's
Right,
not
yeah.
bad.
So after
You
they
can do
after
that.
they've already calculated everything you have in your house, like you took from your house and take to Liberia, there, then they cut the price now, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
that's a
it's just too
lot.
much. Yeah, so there where the problem there where the problem coming from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There
Okay,
where
so I hope you
there where
got
the
that,
problem
Miss
coming from.
Freeman. I would like to purchase 20 acres strictly for business. I'm confused. 20 acres of what? Farmland? Commercial land? Like what are you trying to do here? Rose, I don't have any answers to your questions about US born citizen with the criminal record to get a visa in Liberia with criminal felony. I honestly is not immigration person. I can't really answer that for you. Um, please yeah, please like the live, yeah, like this live, share it, comment. It's very good for all of us. Which business then do you think would be more profitable in Monrovia or come on, based on your market analysis? When I'm talking about old shoes, I bet you
Or the,
I'll be
the
right
three
back.
major aspect the three major aspect are monetary value.
Okay.
Food. You go to the food aspect, they got monetary value. You go to the clothes. You go to the clothes aspect, they got monetary value. You go to the shelter, you got monetary
When you
value.
talking about
All
clothes,
three.
are you talking about used clothes?
Eh?
What are you talking about? When you talking about
No,
clothes,
talking
what are
about,
you looking at?
the Chinese guys have done it, and it is their things that are dominating.
Hmm.
Yes, we may only estimate them, but so many people want to ride shoulder with the bigger boys. So
They want to chill with the big boys.
When you in America get Louis Vuitton, someone in Liberia can find a Louis Vuitton down waterside for 25. They seen design, they seen look, everything. They tell you say nobody pass around with test up to say they want original, they want fake. So everybody fooling somebody back home because the Chinese provide the same high quality to you, they send the less quality than here, but yeah, affordable. So they were going. So if we in that particular aspect of the economy, we'll be harming ourselves because that's where our sister and our brother spend their money. Someone want to wear Georgia Butini. Georgia Butini, yeah, Georgia Butini, one Italian Georgia Butini, almost 200 US. But you can't go outside and find Georgia Butini with the father US. Other way, you see Georgia, they're going. Yeah,
So
we,
I guess what you're saying is the focus shouldn't really be on those things because the Chinese people have already monetized it but at a cheaper rate.
yes. Everything that they are into, we can get into it. Let's just look at horsey things. Let's look at fan. Let's look at sockets, extension costs. Those things
Mhm.
it sounds funny, but it got raw money.
It's
Yeah,
a
it got
necessity.
raw
I mean,
money. But
it's a necessity in the
but
first place.
but people first want to count money. You when you learning business, you don't count money.
Hmm.
You count the lesson.
Hmm.
You count the
Hmm.
feedbacks. Then before you start to count money. Because if you just starting, you just say, oh, the poor part, the poor everybody come in, but at that time it's not money yet. Because your focus is about
Hmm.
learning how it works. How can you
Yep.
double it? Yeah, how can you take it from 2 to 3, from 3 to 4, from 4 to 5? How can you
Very
get it every
important.
time? Yeah. So at that particular time, you fighting how to answer more questions. Yeah, it's finding how to answer more questions. And if you want quick money, that's why plenty of librarians don't stay in business because they want the money now. And
Fast,
and
fast,
and
fast, fast, cash.
and when the business can produce money at a young age. But at a young age, you have to turn mature. You have to settle down, where you can remain constant before you can start producing money. So when you start seeing the money from the initial stage, you just feel that the money there, not the money because the business not mature yet. So you find somebody that can stay in business 2 years, 3 years, it collapse. You look at any startup hotel he got in Liberia, it collapse.
Foolish guy. But I mean, we talked
Yes.
about this the other day. We talked
Yeah,
about
it collapse.
the reasons why it collapsed.
Yes.
Um, but yeah,
Because no foundation.
consistency, no foundation. Okay,
No
let's
foundation.
let's
When
take another comment here. It's important to focus on the shipping container business, but there also has to be a focus on making it easier for librarians to come back home. In this case, more info on how we can ship things back.
so no one is stopping Liberians from coming back home. Absolutely no one. So illegal Liberians, they will tell you say they want it so easier that they will come to Liberia, go straight to Freeport, put a container on a truck, or even tow it from there and carry it straight to their house. That's what they meant. but not how it work. Yeah, it's not how it work. The steps are there. When you understand the steps, it become more easier for you. But you just have to understand the challenges. Because when you already informed about what ahead of you, you can be able to plan to engage it. But most like when you understand how it work, and the people they be talking to, the people can be using their ignorance to get money out of them. There's somebody that know they know about they don't know about airplane mode. Mistakenly they put airplane mode on their phone. Say the phone number to repair it will cost me and 20 hours you your grandma. Man to say oh yeah, afraid to go pay the person and get 10 hours. So people always, but some people, most people identify as ignorant. They won't find means to cheat you. So sometimes too it left with who you listening to, who is your source of information. Because if you get the information from wrong source, you complain on the wrong thing, and which of course is not true. So that's what happened to
Yep.
plenty of people.
And oftentimes will come out. Another thing that I notice is that when they have somebody who says, "I know this," and show them that they do know it, another person come back to them and say, "Oh, that's too much. I can do it." Then it just it this constant back and forth that they engage, and they don't understand that they are spending. Because if you tell me, okay, I work at this port, I have expertise, I know what I'm doing, whatever, and you give me the information, paper information, whatever, and John Browns comes and say, you know what, whatever will come and give you, it might be too time consuming or too costly for you to go read and do all this stuff. I have a better solution. Then they come quick, they give quick information, and then you start to run with it. I also think that's some of that's one of the problems that I've seen
Yes,
across as
because
well.
yes, because you always experience indecision. So people don't know what they are doing. Because when you don't know what you're doing, it's difficult for you to decide. And that's what makes things
Yeah.
very difficult. So I always tell some people, I say, when it is your first and second time, just take it as a learning case. Yeah,
Hmm.
just take it as a learning case to learn on the process. Yes, so when you learn on the process, every error, write it down. The next time, try to correct it. Yes, the next time, try to correct it. That's all.
Okay, so John, you're asking me where we get the birds chicks from. So there's a company in Holland. I don't know where in Europe you live, but the day old chicks can be ordered from Holland. Then you can also get it from BRAC, BRAC, BRAC. It's a U.S. company, USAID company. You can get it from them. Getting chicks is not the first step of a poultry business, my friend. There are steps you need to put in place before you can even order those birds. Very much so, and it comes to making sure your farm is set up right, ensuring that you have the right staff and they are constantly trained, ensuring that you have constant water supply for your birds, you have antibiotics, you have vitamins, you have charts, you have schedule, and this is where paying consultation. Not to me, I'm talking to myself. I actually don't have capacity to take any more clients. Um, you go and seek mentorship. You consult with people who are already into the business, because getting those birds, trust me, is the least of your concern. Your concern is to shape your farm. Shape your farm. Biosecurity is in check. Your supply, constant supply of feed, your constant supply of vitamins, your boosters, your constant supply of antibiotics, your constant supply of educating your staff. Again, like I said, this business stuff, this poultry business, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's not just about birds. So I just wanted to add that to it. Let's see. Somebody says my Liberian people. Oh, hello. So anyway, we're coming. Yeah. There's something we talked about recently that I always say diaspora. We have the upper hand in terms of resources, financial resources, and others. But we talked about how people on the ground can also be of help. to the people in the diaspora, because we want to keep talking about how people in the diaspora can contribute to Liberia's development, while also say Liberians in Liberia must contribute as well. So, what are some things you think Liberians on the ground must do in order for us to all have this collective effort to move things forward in our country?
I told you the last time. So there were fall back to the our journey. So initially, we were putting more pressures on on diaspora Liberians so that we can
Mm-hmm.
come to the round table to see how
Yes.
well we can be of help to each other. And I will tell you for free, there are a few Liberians in the diaspora that really been trying, but there are people back home to be educated. And
Mm-hmm.
most of the people back home, they are not educated. They have the perception that those in the diaspora, everything is just roasted for them. Because they don't see fun pictures, they see beautiful pictures. They don't know that in the real workplace, you don't carry phone. Phone is not allowed. You don't take pictures there. So they don't see no bad pictures. They don't see fun, bright pictures on iPhone. And they think that everything is just roses. And when someone tries to trust them with something and they try to mismanage it, that's one thing that really been punishing. That's punishing Liberia and even the people back home because there is no trust with the family.
Mm-hmm.
Just with the family, there is no trust of in the family. So it's become more difficult. So I bet the couple of diaspora Liberians they say no, I think what I come on. I tried my own friend and he let me down. I tried my own sister and she let me down. So I just gave up. And that is true. Like I told you, I said myself, I bought on the reality. It's real. But again, we cannot give up. We need to educate more people. You know what I mean? If I can trust you, we can get more for ourselves. But I think it is something that have to do with education. Our people not that educated that if my friends succeed, it become more easier for me to succeed because you can be my friend and you jam. I have money near me. I cannot help you. It can work. So if I don't succeed, two of us will just here. We cannot help each other. It become bad for each other. So we have to start understanding how can we sacrifice for someone else and have that mindset that if we sacrifice for somebody else, someone else going to sacrifice for us. That aspect we have not learned it yet. We need to learn it because if we must succeed, that's what we need to learn. That's what we need to master because that's what's going to make us to succeed. If not so, we'll talk everything. We'll complain on the government every day, but it cannot give all that result that we need. It cannot
Mm.
because there is no trust, and when no trust, there is no progress. To be honest, when there is
Mm.
no trust, there is no progress. And
Mm.
we need to teach trust in our society because the more
Mm.
people trust you, the more you're gonna succeed. When there is no
Mm.
trust, trust me, you can't go nowhere.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
Mm. Very, very, very,
you
very,
can't
very
go
important.
nowhere.
Very important.
Nowhere.
As with anything and everything else in life, there is a foundation, and that foundation there is trust.
Trust.
Okay, hi, my Liberian family. We must make use of our land, such as poultry farming, fish farming, pigs farming. Yes, educate yourself on these businesses first before you embark in them. You have to seek knowledge from people who are already engaged in those businesses. You have to be willing to pay for those services. You have to be willing to invest your time into those businesses. Those are very good businesses to do. I would tell anyone for free. Poultry farming is a very lucrative business. But is it a hard? It's hard. It's hard. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of time. When people when I come with this thing, I think I say I'm stressed
And
out.
and
Trust
and
me,
and,
I'm trying to go
and when you
to
encouraging
capacity.
people,
It's maintenance. All these things.
making them understand that business is not emotional stuff. Because when it's emotional, it don't work.
Thank you.
It get you frustrated quick. It's something that you just want to sacrifice to do. If it work, next time. If
Right,
it
right.
don't work, let move on. Because the more you tell people that it is all the business is not what's about profit. Yes.
Hmm.
And you cannot be a business person who wanna calculate profit. You don't calculate profit in business. You calculate loss. You focus on the loss more than profit. So plenty of people
Mm-hmm.
don't want to calculate loss. So if you can't calculate
No,
loss, you can't calculate profit. Yeah,
it's
because
like
everything
it's like
you have to focus on the negative aspect.
people want to get to the profit right away. It doesn't work. And even the poultry
It
business
don't
you
work
guys
like
talk
that.
about, you will put money in, put money in, put money in, put money in, and whatever you gain, it's not even profit. It's now for the business to table itself and take care of itself. And even after the business can take care of itself, you will need to reinvest that money to go over capacity
Yeah,
or to take a business to scale the business up a little bit. So these things must be considered. These things really must be considered before we try to rush into it. And if you don't know, like who say I know about agriculture business? I didn't go to school for agriculture. I went to school for business, yeah. But I had to arm myself, and I've continued to still arm myself with people through networking, people who actually are in the field, which is why my partner Kevin, who is the agriculture guy, that's his thing. And beyond that, I go to LinkedIn. I find people who are into agriculture who with a fee can help me learn certain things that I need to learn about the business aspect of it. Pay for my manager to go to Ghana and go to a pineapple farm for all week to go and learn. But that's money I have to invest in him going to go and learn. And so all these things must be considered. And then you need to think profit to be the very last thing you think about. You need to think about how you establish, how you can stay within operation, how you can be sustainable, how you can maintain, how you can scale. Then profit will come later, and then you reinvest the profit for it to get better and better, and then that's how the money comes. But if we just think about profit right away, we're not moving anywhere as a nation. So I just very wanted to speak to that. Fish farming, yeah, great. Pig farming, great. Poultry farming, great. Poultry farming being the most lucrative on the list. Um, still, there's a things that anyway. Well, come on, I don't want to take all your time. Oh, let's see. Did we touch on everything
yeah,
we I put in the on the agenda?
yeah, link, yes,
Or
yes.
I think
So let
we
me
covered.
just let us tell ourselves this. You see, there's something that is lacking on the continent. The continent don't have generational business. Why?
Mm.
Because we think about ourselves. If you look at companies like Renault is a generational business where they made that the founder of Renault died thousands of years ago, but his
Talking about
children,
Reno Garage.
grandchildren, yeah, they want still
Were you talking about
managing
Reno Garage?
Renault. It's a the Renault. It's not Renault car, right? So that car need Renault. You don't know Renault.
Oh, Reno. Okay, okay,
You
I
know the
see.
car
Okay,
called
yeah,
Renault.
wait. You Reno, yeah,
Yeah,
car. Okay, I thought you were talking about the Reno
yeah,
in Liberia. Okay, got you.
yes. Renault is a brand. So because if you follow these businesses, they are funnel or never thinking about themselves. They were thinking about generations after them, and that's what make the
Generational wealth.
work guys. The work people they are most successful because if you want to be a generational leader, you don't. It's not about you again. It is you thinking
Mm.
about the people behind you after you. I'm working for a
Children.
generational company. It's the same type of company that I was working for. Bolloré he was a French guy. He died thousands of years ago, but his children still manage that investment. It's the fifth biggest shipping company in the world. It's a generational company. You see, so the world may think about after then who to come. So if we want to see our businesses getting off the ground, we cannot be thinking about the small things, thinking about ourselves. We start seeing 5 years ahead, 6 years ahead. So if you think about 5 years, 6 years ahead, you start thinking about 2 months. How can I manage 2 months? Or 2 months work? How can I manage 3 months? 4 months, 5 months, then we're gonna get more mature. But why in case people say, okay, I put 1,000, I got 2,000, I put one
I'm
thousand,
dead.
that means you're a
I'm saying.
gambler. That gambler can do that thing there.
Gambler. Oh,
Yeah,
come on, big there.
yeah.
That's a real life, yeah. I'm gonna give us
That
some.
gambler, that gambler
Okay,
can do that. That
there.
gambler, that when you bet,
Okay, sure.
that mean you betting. Yeah, that mean you betting. It mean you're not doing business. It mean you playing gamble. Yeah, you will get tired.
That's funny. Um, yeah, sorry, I order my groceries. They put it to the door. I don't want to leave it out here. But anyway, let's leave the people with our last word. Uh, Okay, okay, okay. All right. So, well, come on. Honestly, thank you for taking the time to get on this live today. I really appreciate it. Let's see. This woman said, "Thanks, Emma, for this very important interview with an equally very informed brother of ours." Yeah, I'm sure there's info to guide us navigate the shipping process. The document what Osama sent me almost 2 years ago, is still very valid. I will send it to you guys. Stefan, I'll send it to you. Angela, I'll send it to you. Latana Freeman, I'll send it to you. You guys can review it, and if any questions, you guys can always refer, and then we'll go over it. But it is good to arm yourself with the info that's needed to get these things done. Welcome, as always, has been a pleasure speaking with you again here.
Okay. So
Um,
again, to all of your followers, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I think there is no information is a waste. Once we are sharing to ourselves, we just are being inspired by other people around us. We are seeing other people. They are doing everything possible to move their generation ahead, and the ones after them ahead too. So we ourselves too, we have the same 5 senses, the same 24 hours. But what we never been doing is that we never been thinking. So if other people been succeeding, let's tell it about them and let's see what we can do for ourselves. That after
yeah,
us, that someone can come. They don't need to start from where we
generation.
started. They can start from where we
Mm,
stopped and they continue moving
yeah.
ahead. Yeah. So peace and love to everyone that took up the time. Yeah. So peace and love to everyone.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Watch out for my
Okay.
cold water for you being here. I still got to cold water you.
Oh,
All
my
right.
boss.
All right, don't worry,
Okay,
I'll
buddy.
cold water you. Have a pleasant night, all right?
Thanks a lot. Thanks a
Okay.
lot, boss. I appreciate it a whole lot.
Okay. So you guys, let's let's see. So there you have it. I think this live was more important to me. I have to send the book for water. I will do that later. This live was more important because I see a lot of our Liberian brothers and sisters continuously talking about the issue with the port, the shipment, moving one thing from here to there, and they're getting frustrated. And I feel though, as an entrepreneur, you see problems, you identify solutions. And one of the solutions I've identified here today is to bring to somebody who knows what he's talking about based on his experience and based on what he also has seen. That's why you guys saw will come on this live today. And he did provide me with some resources some 2 years ago, to 2020. I still have that. I can read over it before I ship anything to Liberia. I read over it, whether I'm sending it via a container, somebody's container, I still read over it because at the end of the day, if somebody is trying to charge me X, Y, and Z to free certain things, I'm already armed with the information. If somebody container is taking a long time, I already know why a container is taking a long time. But again, he knows a lot about it, and I don't. I only know a little bit because of the booklet he sent me, and also because the question I ask him all the time, all the time. And so that's why this live was very vital. I hope you've learned something. Even if you try to be like maybe a wistful life, whatever, you can see it and say, you know what, I learned one thing out of this, and maybe I'm gonna ask follow-up questions, so on and so forth. So if your questions were not answered, or you still have lingering questions, by all means, send me an email, and I would definitely communicate that with him and see how best we can work. We can all work together to solve this problem because, man, we don't need our containers to be stuck, and we don't need you guys to be paying too much than you're supposed to be paying for. Um, Angela, you said food. Is it rice? What do you mean? What do you mean? Are you talking? Wait. When I told you I had to go get my food from the door, so I on Sundays I typically like order my groceries that it can be delivered to my door here. That's what I want to give. That's what you're referencing. Hello, my sister. Longest time still connected. Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. So yeah, so this live hopefully it was helpful to all of you guys. If you want to meet with a come on, very nice young man who is in the business research community, looking at market analysis, studying our market to see how we can break ground or we can continue to impact the Liberian market, and that's his role. And when I tell you, he can provide data for days. That's because that's what he does. He go from this place, he interact with this place, he get connections, he asks about, hey, who are the main players? Say, how can I go and meet them? And then he's linked. He go and link himself. He speak with people and connect himself to really see what's happening in the country. For some of you who follow Welikermah went to Nigeria over there. It was a little tough, but we put through there. He specifically went to certain areas. What as far as the information we wanted to seek, we did a pilot study over there in terms of getting people from Liberia to go to Nigeria to go and learn about building to build a house from scratch. And some of those people from Liberia who will be going there will be mostly focusing on roofing. From roofing, we want to talk about electrical work and see how these Nigerians can build these homes. And so that's what we piloted. Also, looking for your family member to get into sewing. There are sewing places there that he established connection with. Uh, Poultry, agriculture, anything like that. We navigated. He went to these areas to arm himself so that when we are ready in Liberia to go on with those businesses, he is a resource. He is a source of information that he can help you line you up with these businesses in Nigeria alike, and for you to be able to get that education or that knowledge for you to go and help your business in Liberia. So that's what he does. When COVID first started, that's what we engage in. Market analysis, market research, very important to what it is that we're trying to establish in our good country. Um, let's see here. Um, Never visit Liberia. Hope soon. Yeah, of course. To locate my daddy family. I'm sure your dad's from there. As you stated on here, Neva County. Mr. Wayne, you are so knowledgeable. Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you. Pass that to him with a comma. Yeah. So anyway, guys, any other questions before myself? Oh, my hair is flying. Long hair, don't care. um, yeah. So hopefully this live was very impactful, very helpful for whatever reason. Hopefully that did that for you. Um, More guests to come on my show. Cameroonian, I will be interviewing her relatively soon. She lives in Oregon. She has had her business here in Oregon for the past 10 years. She is looking to educate Africans, again, like I said, she's from Cameroon, educate Africans how they can do such a business in the US and for it to be very successful because she is actually very successful. Her name is Mama Lanes. That's why I'm going to buy my African stuff. Um, but she has skilled that business so well. She hired people. She's very she goes to Africa back and forth. That business is doing well. Many of you guys who wants to do such a business in the US but don't know how to go about it, Mama Pauline will be able to explain that to you guys. How you can have an African store business here. And she's been doing this for 10 years and she told me she's skilled. And I just told me what I saw from where she started to how it is now. Very fascinating. She's from Cameroon. I will be interviewing her relatively soon. That is coming up next. Bringing knowledge to this channel. So anything you want me to talk about or look into, please feel free to do so, and I will go find the source of information. Anyway, any other questions? I need to eat. Any other questions that you may have, please do not hesitate to let me know, and I will speak on it. If you don't have questions, forever hold your peace. I guess you guys don't have anything else to add. I need to cook. I need to eat. I need to do my YouTube videos. Anywho, is that it? Before I leave my channel, guys, I think I have like 6 minutes before. And, yeah, yeah. So if you don't have any, if you don't have any questions, then I shall leave my live show and shall do my YouTube video. Oh, it's 1:25. Stefan, are you still on here? If you're still on here, did you receive my package? Oh Lord. Did you receive my package? Yes or no? Let's see. I don't think I missed anything here though, but thank you, Success, for letting them know that they can share. Uh, don't think I missed anything. Yellow fish. Yeah, would it come on? Would it come on? Would it come on? Would it come on? Okay. Yeah, I think I've answered everything. Oh, the rice situation. It's so shameful to see Liberian fighting for rights where we have free land. The thing about rice, first of all, rice is a low fruit. Okay, let's just establish that it's low crop, and it's not something a lot of farmers like to engage. Let me just tell you guys now for the people who say we have land and we don't plant rice. It's a low fruit, low crop. People don't really have time for that stuff. You need to have a low land for that. You don't need to have an upland, high land. There are things that can uh, that need to be understood when it comes to rice planting. A lot of the lands over there for rice, you need to have a huge quantity of low land. Um, and to be quite fair, you have a lot of upland and don't have much of lowland. And secondly, you need to have capital for rice, not just staff. Uh, the production, going pre-production, you need to have money for it. You need to have skill for it. People who are very skilled to engage in such a business. And to be quite fair with you, you need equipment for rice. It's not a business that you can just say quick, 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 quick. I'm gonna start running. You can have the land, which I don't think is a lot. You can have the land and just still don't won't be able to provide the kind of rice you want to be able to provide. And we Liberians, we live not yet my package. We live in a society where value of our own rice is not placed. We don't place value on rice that is being produced there. That just is the fact. You can have somebody trying to do a rice business on a small scale in Liberia, and they package the rice made in Liberia, blah blah blah, and that rice will sit. Why must I keep investing in something that's gonna sit and people are not gonna find value within it? Don't find value within my rice. Then I will have no market. If my study was to test my own market and it's not going, why must I continue to invest in rice business? The other aspect people don't understand about this rice business is there is a contract, okay, for rice to be imported into the country. Let me just, I don't want to go too much into this one specifically because I will be crossing some boundaries here. But there is a contract here. There is a contract here. So you being a small rice producer, you are undermined because this contract needs to be adhered to. And if this person is not adhering to this contract, you're gonna have a shortage in supply. You people need to really think outside the box before we talk about rice issue in Liberia. Rice issue in Liberia is rising because there's a lot of problems when it comes to it. As a small scale farmer, if the decision makers only care about the people getting it into the country and undermined, I'm not gonna do no rice business. It's just a simple thing. I'm not, but I'm dancing around this a little bit, guys. I'm dancing around this a little bit for a reason, but I hope you get the point when it comes to rice. So it's not a. I had a meeting when I went to Liberia. I had a meeting about this whole rice thing. I have been blessed to gain some contact within the agriculture department, and it's not like just an easy thing. It's not something that you just go and give farmers money and tell them to go make rice. You need a market for it. You need a market for it. You are into a market. It's like you have this contract with the person for blah 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 years. This person need to make rice. This person rice is the only rice that matters. Do you understand that? So what it does for little me, who are my little farm, who cares about your little farm? Hmm? I don't want to dance. I'm dancing around it. I'm really trying to dance around it. I'm letting you know there are just barriers. There are barriers to these things. Okay? The barriers. So I don't talk about rice on my channel because it's a little crap. Okay? It's a little crap. Well, somebody said, well, how about you change the packaging? You can change the packaging, but there's still rice that come into the country. There's a big contract for rice to come into the country. So yeah, you can change the packaging how you want. There's just a lot of things. Need a network of reliable people shipping from the US. Yes, you do. You do. I'm gonna connect you with some folks in LA, but again, that's far from where you live. But I do know reliable people in LA. I don't live in LA, but you can just they know each other for some reason. They know each other. You can communicate with some of them and see. But now I'll have to send you guys that package because even if you connect with those folks, you still have to read, what it is that you need to know, for you to carry on that business. My package is supposed to be there to you, Stefan, to this Sunday or Monday. It's supposed to be there by the 11th, that is the 10th. And so, yes. What else? And for the agriculture, rice is a big thing for us. We eat rice, but there's just other things associated with this whole rice production. So that's why you guys can look into other things like okra, onions, peppers. We still are getting peppers from like Guinea, Ivory Coast. I talk about this on my channel way too much. Um, Neighboring countries. Why? There's for these ones, you don't have too much regulations on them. So then why are we not farming? Why are we not planting, looking to harvest okra, looking to peppers and these things? Really, if you really think about it, the operational cost is low, and the starting cost is low also. So why are we not looking to it? um there's a lot of things, opportunities within that place when it comes to agriculture that we really must evaluate and look into, but we don't because we are only thinking in one direction. We're only thinking about maybe rice only. We're maybe only thinking about cassava. Cassava also. I visited a farm in Bombay, 500 plus acres of farm, cassava farm. Let me tell you right now. The guy does not even have buyer. He don't have buyer. He said, Emma, I want to quit. I'm like, dude, you don't need to quit. You need to just get the right machine to make gari and to make fufu. And now he's looking for investors for those machines. These things are there. People just don't know how to capitalize on it. People don't know how to look into those, the direction they should be looking into. And people just give up because they don't have the finances. They don't also have people who are looking to invest into it. We can't always think one way, my people, my Liberian people. When it comes to agriculture, we need to really open our eyes because, as you guys know, the world is increasing every single day. People are born babies every single day. We are growing every single day. People need to eat every single day. Eat. The land space is little. By the time we hit 2050, by God's grace, I'll be alive. We are going to double, almost double the population. So that's why agriculture is key now. You won't have no more. You won't have much land space to 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 plant. You won't have more land space to produce food. That's why people now are moving to hydroponics, vertical farming, to farm indoors. People are moving towards that, and some of us have stocks within that. Good for us. But that's where the market is heading. That's where this whole world is heading. Food scarcity. They talk about food scarcity in Africa all the time. We are hungry, but we say we got land, but we're not even focusing on other aspects of agriculture because we don't think. We don't see to go into different facets of things. Somebody into poultry, you're not thinking about you going to plant okra. Somebody into okra, you're not planning to think about plant corn. Somebody here, you need to think about doing cassava, where you can make food out of it, you can make chips out of it, you can make different things out of it. We're not thinking about it. Yeah, we complain that people are hungry. What are you doing to help with that? Farmland is one that is cheap. I would think it's cheap. But why aren't we getting into it? Or maybe, oh well, Emma, I'm a nurse, so and I want to get into farming. I'm speaking exactly how you can speak, and I want to get into farming because I'm a nurse. Breaking news: I'm a healthcare administrator. I am into agriculture. I'm into construction. I'm into entertainment. I'm into real estate. You get my point? Because the need is there, and you must arm yourself with people and knowledge to navigate these businesses. So we can always say, I don't want to get into farming. Bill Gates is in the computer, but he owned the most farmland in America. Do you know why? Bill Gates knows that people want to eat. So why aren't we going back to the same soil we say there's more of land, farmland, but we are not farming? Why? Why are we not looking into farming? Is it too hard? Yeah, hydroponic does need stable current, but my you do need stable current. That's why I'm not saying you should start with that in Liberia though. We have the land where we can start from the soil, okay? Before you gradually move on to vertical farming, you need to start from here. That's why we talk about you need to have a foundation before you move on to those things. To go to sustainable farming, hydroponics, the what you just said is needed, but where is the foundation? We're not really even farming in the first place. Then you want to talk about something that's going to be you're going to have high consumption of electricity. You're going to have you literally don't have that. Why don't you start from somewhere where you go to your soil, then you gain capital, then you try to manage the space you have through vertical farming? Why can't you start from there? I'm look, I have my resources in Kenya. Peter. Peter is one of the best when it comes to vertical farming. He goes to South Africa and go to Botswana. He works in Kenya. He works with some people in Holland. I talk to him literally every day of what I want to do in Liberia in terms of vertical farming. But do you know what? I tell you, that's my 5 years plan. Because you have to start from right where you are, which is the soil which we are not even investing in. So you're not even going to raise the capital from your soil. Then you want to go straight into electricity based farming. Not going to work. You must start from the soil where the land space is, then raise the capital, see the sustainability, hire more people, for more people to work. Then you look into that vertical farming that we are all heading towards as this population increase. That's what you must do. Um. Anyway, enough about farming. I'm not a farmer by any chance. I never went to school for agriculture. I was forced to take an agriculture class in Africa, and really, I didn't learn anything in there. Okay, I passed for formality, but the truth of the fact is, you see the problem, you identify the problem. Liberians are hungry, Africans are hungry. That's the reason why I got into agriculture. But before I got into agriculture, I did my market analysis and I failed at first. I needed that to happen, because if I didn't allow that to happen, I would have just probably not even looked the direction that I have looked. And so you see the problem, you're talking about rice issue. Great, we can talk about it. But what are we doing about it? Regulatory things when it comes to that right specifically that must be addressed. What are we doing about it? I asked some of the people in agriculture department. I said, what funding are we giving to our local Liberian farmers here? What technicians are we providing to our local rice farmers here? That meeting was a little quiet. So, but we sit and say, oh, we don't do rice farming. What are the resources? What are the regulations in small rice growers' favor? I sat with farmers in Pinsville. I sat with them. Some of these things I cannot put on my YouTube. I sat with them. The lady told me that I give up when it comes to rice planting because I don't get support from the government. She's not just talking about financial support. She's talking about the regulatory support. So yeah, it's some of these things, man. When we see issues happening like that, we must sit down and really think what's really happening. Not just, oh, you have money, and start running. No, there's some barriers sometimes to them. All right, let me see here. Hi, Manny. I hope you good. How do you find a stable current? Yeah, of course. Food is good medicine. Yep. Oh yeah, Dr. Sebi. Yeah, I read a lot of the stuff, the natural stuff. Thank you so much. You are a breath of fresh air. I had a good conversation, guys. Writing and arbitrary is the foundation of civilized society. Uh, it's a lot, it's a lot. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot because we talk opportunities, but we don't capitalize. Sometimes I tell myself the reason we don't capitalize, and I don't try to give excuses. I see reasons and I say why we don't capitalize. We don't capitalize because we don't know. We don't capitalize because we have fear. We don't capitalize because we have trust issues. We don't capitalize because we don't have the right logistics. We don't capitalize because, again, like I said, lack of information. We don't capitalize because we are afraid to risk things. We don't capitalize because we only want to see instant gratification, which is the profit. Because that's the only thing we think about in mind. We don't capitalize because our network is poor. There are many things we ourselves looking to penetrate a market we don't capitalize on. Yeah, so before we talk agriculture, all these things, we need to ask why. We need to ask why. We need to ask who. We need to ask what. We need to ask where. We need to ask when. Very important. Okay, if government actors' compensation was directly proportionally to social and economic metrics, well, that is you there. Okay, they will have more of a sense of urgency. I mean, if you also factor in if self-interest is not so much so on the priority chain, then possibly, but that's where the compensation, like you said, um, if that wasn't if it's not the top priority, then possibly, 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 and self interest does come along with that. But I really hate to talk about this too much on my channel. Um, a lot of times when I want to talk about things, I really care about my sister because you know I just want to help in best ways I'm able to. Um, so yeah, let's go back to the soil. Let's go back to the soil. Learn, like what the comment said. Take some time to learn. Read. I don't. I have all these books that I'm done reading, but I haven't not read paper copy. Or I'm reading two paper copy books right now. I'm almost done, but most of the time I listen to audiobook. So, like I'm exercising, I'm listening, I'm reading a book. Driving, I'm reading a book because I don't have time to read paper or anything. Um, Arm yourself with knowledge. Okay, ask questions. Sometimes I would text somebody in the middle of whatever I'm doing. I'm like, so this came to mind. What do you think? Hmm? And oftentimes I get the it's provided or they send it to somebody else. Then I'll text that person like, I don't mean to bother you, but what do you think? And so you start to really arm yourself and you start to build network. And to me, getting things done in Liberia, you can skip bribery. Let me just tell you guys the truth right now. You can skip bribery if you establish a good network. But at first, you must invest time, you must invest some money. Then you get that network within yourself. You get that network, and then you check constantly. Hey, how are you doing today? What's up? You good? Have a good day. Bye bye. Keep that network moving. So the moment you need someone to do something for you, they're not even gonna blink an eye. They're gonna do it. But that's what we need to also establish in Liberia or wherever you are. You can even be on the move. You still need to have some form of network that once when you need something, not only when you need something now, but how you can also be of help. Be always curious to ask somebody, what can I do? How can I help you? Be always curious to render your service. Not just always asking somebody, oh, can I have this? Oh, can I have this? No. Life is a two-way thing. And in Liberia, that's really some of the things that I see. Like, this person, I didn't want something. I had a call today. We've been trying to break ground for a very important project in Liberia. A very, very, very important project that I think will move that country. But the moving force behind that wanted something from me that they just couldn't say it. They couldn't say it. I just had to sit down. I've been thinking for some months. I'm like, why is this project slow? Then I started to piece things together. I'm thinking. I'm like, thinking. I had to call another network. Another network had to call another network and call another network. And the network just kept going. Then an alternative was proposed. And then the person said, that's what I've been looking for. But I'm not thinking in your head for you. It requires network. And then it go back to the real drawing board like, dude, you should have said this stuff already, you know. But then there's that fear. And then if I'm here saying, you know what, heck, I'm not gonna do this, then the project will be stagnant. So then I have to think outside the box and say, you know what, I have to provide X, Y, and Z in order for this to move. And here we are. Voila, problem solved. But then there is that network that needed to take place. So be out, do this, do this, do this, do this, call this, call this, call this, call this, call this, and blah blah. That's just how it is. So you do the best you can. Anthony, have a pleasant night. I myself will be leaving here to go cook some food. Hey, Pasi, my guy from Rwanda. Hello, habari yako. Hmm. Networking is very important though. It's very important in everything we want to do. Yes, Pasi, it's good to have you on this live, my guy. It's good to have you on this live. You've been working a lot though, so yeah, we appreciate all the work you do. You guys, Pasi over there, he's in Rwanda. He's a good marketer. He's into marketing and graphics, video, like and then he's also networking within the West African community as well. So that's the network we talk about. So anything I need in Rwanda, he's my point of person there. East Africa, he's there. It's all true networking again, like I said. True, and networking goes to trust. That again is the foundation of everything. Trust. But it takes time to build. And when you build it, you ruin it a little bit, gone. You can build trust for years and years and years. But when something disturbs that system, is it you build it, little things be breaks it down. So again, very, very important. Networking is important, but you need to have established trust within that network that something will happen uh, positively. Anyway, let me take myself off this live here and go cook my food and do some videos and read my books. All right, guys, I think I have talked too much here today. So, Patsy, I'll be sending you some videos. I have to record. Oh my god.